Hi, folks, Ann here. Welcome to my channel. I have a letter from a girl named Lisa that I would like to read to you tonight. It's a little different than what I usually do, but I'm hoping you might get something out of it. I spent most of my life thinking I was broken. Since I was a kid, I felt like something was wrong with me. I wasn't thin like the other girls. I wasn't light on my feet. I wasn't bubbly or glowing. I was tired all the time. I learned early on that food was my comfort, but it was also my prison. I remember being 10 years old, sitting at the table and hearing, "Are you sure you don't need seconds?" I wasn't sure. I was hungry. I was growing. But the shame that entered my body with that question stuck around for decades. By high school, I had mastered the art of hiding. I wore baggy clothes, laughed a little too hard to cover the self doubt, and pretended I didn't care. But I did. Early morning, I stared at the scale like it was a judge, and it always found me guilty. By the time I was in my 30s, I had tried every diet you can name: low fat, no fat, juice cleanses, meal replacements, point systems, prepackaged health foods that tasted like cardboard. And sure, I lost weight until I didn't. I dropped 10 pounds and gained back 20. My energy crashed. My skin broke out. My moods were all over the place. Every failure felt personal. Every binge felt like a moral crime. But here's the thing: I didn't know back then. It wasn't me. I wasn't lazy. I wasn't weak. I was addicted to sugar, to carbs, to the emotional roller coaster that came with them. And no one ever told me that. One day, in total defeat, I searched something like, "Why can't I lose weight no matter what I do?" And somehow I ended up watching a woman talk about low carb. She wasn't flashy or selling anything. She just sounded honest. She talked about insulin. She talked about inflammation. She talked about how food wasn't the enemy, but sugar was. Something clicked. Not like a light switch, more like a spark, a whisper in my gut that said, "Try this, but try it differently. Try it from a place of respect, not punishment." I started simple. I cut out bread and sugar. I ate eggs instead of cereal, bacon instead of toast, ground beef instead of pasta. I added salt, real salt, and I drank more water than I had ever had in my lifetime. The first 3 days were brutal. I shook, I cried, I had headaches and wanted to rip into every bag of chips in the house, but I didn't. By day 5, something shifted. My head felt clearer. My hunger calmed down. And for the first time in years, I didn't think about food every 5 minutes. That was just the beginning. Over the next few weeks, my skin started to glow. The pain in my joints faded. I started sleeping through the night. I could walk farther. I could stand longer. And the weight, it started coming off. Quietly, gradually, naturally. But here's the real miracle: I started to forgive myself. I stopped calling myself a failure. I stopped treating food like a reward or a punishment. I started to see it as fuel, as medicine, as a gift. People started noticing, "You look great. You're glowing. What are you doing?" And for once, I didn't feel like a fraud. I wasn't starving. I wasn't miserable. I was free. Now, don't get me wrong, there were hard days. There still are. There were moments I wanted to go back to my old ways. There were nights I stood in front of the fridge with that old familiar feeling. But something in me had changed. I knew too much. I had felt too much healing to throw it all away for a few seconds of comfort. I wish I could go back and tell that younger version of myself, "You're not the problem. You were never the problem. You just never had the truth." I didn't fail. The system did. The marketing, the fake health food, the low fat lies, the culture that told me skinny mattered more than strong, that hunger was noble, that being small was more important than being well. But I know better now. Now I eat with intention, I walk with strength, and I live without guilt. So if you're watching this and you're in that dark place, crying at night, binging in secret, hating the mirror, I'm here to tell you, you are not alone and you are not broken. Your healing is still possible. Your life is still waiting. And it starts with one decision, one small step toward respecting the body you live in. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's sad and inspiring at the same time, folks. What a wonderful thing that this young lady overcame her addiction to carbs. And I hope it will help some of you. And I'm going to keep this short. I just wanted to say hi and share that with you. I will see you tomorrow morning. I'm going to get out there early and do a walk, providing it's not raining, or we're expecting thunderstorms, I think, but we'll see what the day brings. And what else can I tell you? That's about it, folks. I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Love you guys. Bye.